as an organizational leader, when you contemplate leadership development, what exactly are you looking for? Why invest in Pathfinding Outfitters over a lot of these other offerings?
First, I really like the idea of this intergenerational learning where people from different perspectives and with different levels of experience can come together on an ongoing basis and learn together and share their learning together. And I also like the idea that there's people doing work that is similar to the work that people in Neighbors are doing from other parts of the country. And I think one of the things that's been most helpful to me over time is having my people who are doing similar work in different places who I could think with and share with and get inspired by, people that I could just talk to over time. And I'm really excited about the emerging leaders at Neighbors having that same opportunity to find their people that they can think with over a long period of time. I have a lot of trust in the hosting team. It's people who I know share my values and the values that are important to Neighbors. And I also have trust in the people who've been showing up in our virtual room for the past 6 months. They too are people who share the values. And all of them are people who come together with an open heart and an open mind and an open will to learn together. So knowing that it is the right people in the room, that makes a difference to me too. And knowing that the hosts are gonna hold the space in a way that I am confident will give the people who work here the opportunity to grow. I feel good about that too. I also really resonate with the idea that there are people in all the different chairs on this virtual room of Pathfinding Outfitters when we get together each month that have gifts that they can bring to the group. They can expose the people who I work with to new ideas, things that have nothing to do with disability, but the kind of things that have struck me over time and have helped me to grow and to learn. So stuff like Cniven and complexity theory and presencing and shared work and intentional teaming. And I like the fact that people can be exposed to this and then they can pursue what resonates for them and what they want to do and what they want to learn more about. And the people who are coming from Neighbors will also have their own gifts and passions that they can share, and this will give them a safe space to do that and to grow in that aspect of their work as well. I like the idea that people are able to co-create what this experience is going to be for them. They will be able to put together their own learning plan and explore what speaks to them and to grow in ways that make sense for them. I have zero interest in webinars or other trainings where input is put into people's head for a session or 2 sessions or 3 sessions. I'm really interested in the space where people can find out what makes sense for them, what direction they want to go in, and where they can keep learning and growing and being exposed to new ideas and take those ideas and make something of them. And finally, people can take these ideas and the connections that they get and what strikes them from these sessions that we do, they can bring it back to their work and they can prototype it and they can try it out and they can see what they learn from it, and then they can bring it back to the group and they can reflect on it and they can do new iterations of it. So it's a space that will help them to keep moving forward in their ongoing growth and learning.
How is it that you imagine incorporating what they learn and how they learn from Pathfinders back into the organization? In other words, how do you imagine supporting their engagement and integrating it into your daily operations, into practical issues and that you all deal with every day?
I think it's critical to not just invest in people participating in Pathfinding Outfitters, but then to create the space back in their day-to-day work for them to take that growth and learning and infuse it into their work and give them the support for that. So we would invest in sending a team so people can learn and grow together and support each other with it. And we would also invest in creating space for them in the work, and by space I mean time, actual time, where they can come back and prototype some of their ideas and try things out and have the time to reflect about what they're trying. We would invest in learning journeys for people around ideas that they're exposed to that are particularly interesting to them. And we would invest in resources, financial or materials or supplies or whatever it takes in order for people to prototype the ideas that occur to them. And finally, myself and my fellow people in my team, in Neighbors, we would invest our time and energy in supporting the people who are doing the learning as they bring their learning back to the organization.